Welcome to Caldwell County Today. I'm Paige Counts, Public Information Officer for Caldwell County. Joining me today is John Kiger with North Carolina Wildlife. Welcome, John.
Thank you for having me this morning.
We're here to talk a little bit about Wilson Creek.
Right.
So tell us the condition of the creek following Helene.
Right. So as you know, we're all still recovering from Helene. That storm did a ton of damage I don't think any of us expected to see. Right now, the creek is still completely covered in debris, and we're still in the recovery process. There's a lot going on with that. We'll have teams coming up through the summer that are actually going to go down into the gorge and the upper stretch and try to clean things out. We should have the Army Corps of Engineers joining to help from the top, and then we'll have volunteer teams coming down and working to pull stuff out of the gorge and get all that metal and junk and debris and all the trees that are still just piled up everywhere. If you've been up there, you know it looks completely different now. All the areas we're used to seeing, I mean, I always say I know every rock in that place, and now it's completely moved. So we have a lot to clean up and get ready for. One
of the things I noticed the last time I was there is there seems to be a lot more rocks that wash down.
Yes, it is piled up rock everywhere.
And as you mentioned, a lot of debris.
Yes, yeah, there are pieces of campers, hunks of tin everywhere, a whole bunch of stuff. There's a lot of hazards in the water right now.
And because of the hazards in the water, wildlife and other officials, I don't think it was just wildlife, I think there was a group of folks in the room.
The U.S. Forest Service.
U.S. Forest Service.
And the Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, like I said, it was a group of folks. You've made a decision about Wilson Creek for this summer.
Yes, so there's going to be a closure in the day use of the gorge area as they go through to clean up things and get things out. They're also going to be working to open the road up. Anybody that's been up there knows how tough it is to keep 2 lanes of traffic open. So they're going to go through, blast a lot of that rock out of there, try to open up the road so we can actually have 2 lanes of traffic all the time to cut down on those bottleneck spots. And due to that, on top of us losing a hatchery during the flood, I don't know if you heard about that. So we're working off one hatchery. We lost the Armstrong hatchery in Marion during the flood and about 600,000 fish. So we've made the decision not to stock Wilson Creek this year.
Wilson Creek is not the only creek you're not stocking. You have several others.
Yes, there are streams throughout the west that we're not going to be able to stock just due to all the damage and debris that's in them. I'm going to share a link with y'all. I think it'll be on your Facebook page. That'll take you to ncwildlife.gov, and it shows all those stream closures where we're not going to stock this year.
So that Helene's impact continues.
Yes,
really.
And it will continue for quite a while.
So what guidance do you have for folks?
So we are still stocking fish. We have several other streams in the county that people can go fish. I know people have traditionally gone to opening day at Wilson Creek. That's why I wanted to come in and try to get that word out, to let people know that it is closed, and there won't be any fish up there for them to go after. We're still stocking Boone Fort Pond, the Yadkin River, Joe's Creek, and Buffalo Creek. So there's still opportunity out there. As long as all the streams in Burke County, we're still stocking as well, aside from South Mountains, which is still closed due to damage.
So, yeah, I mean, there are alternatives.
Yes, there are a lot of alternatives out there. We also, the upper stretch of Wilson is in a little bit better shape than the gorge is. So for right now, we're planning on keeping that open. That's the delayed harvest area. That is single hook artificial lure and catch and release only. So if people just want to go catch some fish and have a fun time, that upper stretch is still available to them. One thing I always put out there with that artificial only, they can't have any bait with a scent or a taste to it as well. So no power bait, gulp, things like that. No corn or worms, obviously. But if they still want to just go have a good time and catch fish, we've stocked the delayed harvest. So that's open for them to go fish as well, or one of the other hatchery supported streams throughout the county.
And that's in the upper part of
it is. So if they go past the visitor center about a mile, they'll cross Phillips Branch, which is just below Harper Creek. Right at that division, there's a giant sign that says attention, you're entering delayed harvest trout waters. They'll see the typical hatchery supported sign and the delayed harvest sign there with the arrows pointing each way. That's the dividing line. So from there up, they can fish underneath those catch and release artificial rules.
So still places to fish.
Yes.
And when we're talking about the area that's closed, I don't know if we hit this Can you give us specifically what that area is?
So that's from about where the pavement ends, right above the Brown Mountain Beach Resort. If they know where the old Brown Mountain Beach Dam was. From there all the way up to about Crag Creek Road, just slightly above the old steel bridge as people refer to it. All that Forest Service area from there is closed down. So Crag Creek Road all the way down to the bottom.
So just be aware, because I know that on Wilson Creek you have the resort and then you have the public use or day use area.
Right.
And I mean, it's broken up. So
it is. So that whole area from the top at Crag Creek all the way down will be closed to activity. And then there won't be any, all the rest of that land kind of in between is posted right now. And then if they go on up top in that delayed harvest area, they can enjoy that if they would like.
And just to be clear, it's a safety concern.
It is. It's a huge safety concern. We've already had people getting stuck in debris up there. And if you go up and look at the water, I mean, there's just metal and junks just scattered everywhere. Also, there's new rocks, there's foot entrapments. We don't want people walking into the water, getting their foot stuck, and then end up having a rescue situation or possibly a drowning. So,
and I think, as I said, the last time I was there, it's been a few weeks since I've been up there, but the river is completely different.
Yes, it has changed so much.
Where you might have had a swimming hole, that swimming hole's gone.
Right.
If you were a kayaker and you were used to rapids in a certain place, they're not there anymore.
Right.
They're somewhere else.
Yeah, and that's one thing, especially when it comes to summertime activity. Everybody is used to jumping off that same rock in different spots, and we really got to go in and evaluate what's down there now, because there's no telling. There are I-beams, rebar, new boulders, all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of hazards down there that we're going to try to figure out.
And I think for people who haven't been in the area, when we talked about homes washing away, pieces of those homes are in there, or campers.
Yes, so like the Killian Camp area, everybody knew all those RVs that set up there, and a lot of those were just ripped to shreds and scattered throughout the gorge. If you drive up that road, you'll still see whole campers in there, pieces of campers that got ripped through, so there's just a lot of debris that's associated with that.
But by saying that, we're not encouraging people to visit the area this summer.
No.
At all. I mean, because people need room to work.
Right. And there will be a lot going on up there, so there will be times the road's shut down as they're doing all that construction work and cleaning up. So there's plenty of other areas to recreate. We have a ton of public land here in the county. There's a lot of stuff that people can go out and enjoy. I wouldn't encourage anybody to go around and just go through and looky-loo around just to see damage. We need to give those guys room to get in there, clean up, and get things right so we can enjoy it in the future.
That's right. John, is there anything else we need to talk about today?
No, I think that covered the bulk of it. I just wanted to get the word out there, people, that we weren't going to be stocking Wilson Creek. I don't want people to show up there early in the morning planning to fish their area that they're used to and then find out that it's closed. So I wanted to just come in today, get that word out, let them know that there are other opportunities. Like I said, Budenfort Pond, Yadkin River, Buffalo Cove Creek, Joe's Creek. We've stocked those. There's still going to be that opportunity. And that will open. That's another thing we can talk about.
We didn't talk about opening day.
Opening day. So that's one thing I get a lot. And all those hatchery sport waters right now are closed to all fishing. So there's nothing allowed until opening day, and that is the first Saturday in April. It's not April 1st. It's the first Saturday in April. So that's something we're very busy right now, running around making sure that everybody's following the rules and that we all have some fish to enjoy.
Awesome. Well, good luck to the fishermen out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you have a good time, enjoy fishing, because I know it is a relaxing opportunity.
Yep. It's starting to warm up, be pretty. We want everybody to get out there and enjoy stuff, but they need to do things safely.
Do things safely. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. And thank you for watching Caldwell County Today.